Agatha episode 5, now out. Let's talk about it. Okay, so the 5th episode of Agatha All Along is now out on Disney Plus for you guys to go and check out. And so far this series has been pretty decent. It's nothing like insanely fantastic like The Penguin, like Shogun, like House of Dragons. Not that level. But it's been decent. You know, it's been one of the better MCU shows so far. So now we're coming in episode 5. I was actually, excited to watch this week's episode. And this week's episode is a mixed bag for me. You know, there's some things where I'm like, okay, that's interesting and that. And then there were some things where I was just like, it's not working for me. It's just not working. So, firstly, we have the Salem 7. They're in the Witch's Road as well. We see them. They're still as creepy as ever. We now have some backstory to who the Salem 7 are. They are now the children of the people that Agatha killed back in the past in Salem. This is their children who have now become like this feral covenant that are seeking revenge. They're just after Agatha. That's all they want. So it's cool to get some backstory to why they are like that and what their purpose is. So we have that. As they're coming, we get this moment where they create broomsticks and they start flying. It's really bad. Like, it's really bad because you can tell it's green screened. It's just, it does not look good at all. And I know it's TV, but the MCU, Marvel pump a lot of money into this show. And for it to look like worse than CW shows, I'm kind of sitting there like, where did all this money go? Where did it all go to? Because there has been moments where things have looked really good in this series. But then I'm watching that and I'm like, I don't believe that they're flying. And it looked off the whole entire time. I was like, what are we, back in the 80s? Like, if this was an 80s show, I understand. I can accept it. When you go back and look at those shows and movies from that era, you understand and you accept that there's green screen and stuff like that because they didn't have the technology we have now. Now we have the technology, and when you're pumping this type of money into the show, there's really no excuse. There is really no excuse. So there's that. And then when they get into the next trial, and this is where things start to get really weird because it starts to turn into a possessive movie show sort of thing. So they have the Ouija board, they have, spirits, they're talking to the dead, they're going to be possessed. We're going to deal with all that stuff. So it was kind of like hit and miss throughout that whole entire moment because it was like, okay, we're doing this. I get it. This is supposed to be a show that's something different, and I appreciate that so far. It's been like that. But this one just felt like I was watching a really bad parody version or movie version of, Annabelle or something like that. I was watching The Nun, basically. That's what it felt like. And I was kind of like, it's just not working. It really was not working. And then, look, this is Agatha's trial. So we're starting to dive into more backstory to Agatha and stuff like that. We see the ghost of her mother who is possessing her and wants her to be punished. Then we find out, no, it's not. It's someone else. The young kid finds out who it is, which stops it all. But meanwhile, we have the fire witch or whatever she is. She's attacking possessed Agatha. And the ghost goes out. Agatha starts to steal her powers and kills her by taking her powers. And, the makeup in that was fantastic for her because she was there. She was old, like dead and stuff like that. And I was like, that's exactly what I would expect a witch whose power has been drained would look like. Would look old and, dead and possessed and, all that sort of horror element stuff like that. So I was like, that's cool. Okay, so she's dead. They're all now very much like, whoa. Agatha, what's going on here? She was trying to help you, especially the kid. The kid is like, what are you doing? She was trying to help you. You stole the power. So Agatha's like trying to tell me, it wasn't me. I didn't do it. So they finally get out. They go out, and this is where things start to, go insane. So Audrey Plaza's character is not there. She's not there. She does not exit the thing. So the Ouija board said that they were talking to Death, which we know was not true. So Death is not involved, but Audrey Plaza's character's not there. when they go outside, which is, I'm kind of thinking, okay, so what's going on here? So there's obviously something with her character that's happening. But when they're out there, we have the other two witches go pie, and then Agatha is there talking to the young one. The young one's like, so this has been about you just getting your power? Like, this is what we do? And then Agatha says, oh, you're just like your mother. You know, you want the same thing. So are you hinting that he is Agatha's son? Like, because that's a big hint to say, like, okay, he's Agatha's son, because we know Agatha wants power. That's why she's there. She's there to get all the power for herself. And she says, you want the same thing as your mother. So, okay. But anyway, so then we see him start to sparkle fingers start to happen. And then the two witches grab Agatha, and then he throws Agatha down into the mud off the road. She gets sucked down. And I'm like, okay, so is this where she's going to get punished? What's going to happen there? And then next thing you know, boom, he throws the other two into there. And it's like, okay, what's going on? So did he possess them? It looked like, because they had the blue eyes, which is the blue magic he had. So they must have been possessed, throws him in there. And then it pans to him, and he starts to get like the crown, the blue crown. So you know, like how Wanda, when she was the Scarlet Witch, had the red one. Well, he had the blue one and that. And then it stops there. And then it hits like this weird song that just felt so out of place. And I was like, right, okay, that song just did not fit. That was kind of weird. It was a weird choice. So that's the ending to the episode. So now it's like, okay, who is he? So if he is Agatha's son, but he's got like this blue power and stuff, like, what is it? I don't know. That's the thing. Now, this was only, 20-something minutes long. It was like 25-minute episode or something like that, which I'm kind of tired of. I wish they would just do 45-minute episodes and be gone with it. Why do we need 25-minute episodes? Like, it just makes no sense. It makes zero sense. But this episode had hit and miss. Like, we got some cool backstory to certain characters, certain things, like the Salem 7. We got some more hints and stuff like that. I'm more intrigued and interested in Aubrey Plaza's character. What is going on with her? Why wasn't she at the end? Is she maybe controlling him? Is that what she's doing? I don't know. So, hit and miss episode for me. But let me know down in the comment section below, what are your thoughts on episode 5? Maybe you guys loved it. Let me know down below. Smash it down in the comment section. Smash that like button for me. Click subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, stay safe, take care, and peace out.